Yo, what it is. This is the N Word Podcast. It's 2020, man. We back, man. How was your holidays? That was good?
Man, lit, turned up.
Can't complain. Can't complain.
Very joyous occasion. Very
It's New
joyous.
Year, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic, let niggas introduce themselves real quick. Master Ty, Master OG Ty. I'm gonna keep getting your name wrong every time.
I am Master OG Ty on Instagram, Master OG Ty on Twitter too now. So hit me
Hey,
up there, and I'm gonna pass it to my man Doc, man.
You know who it
Neighborhood know
is.
it all. Yeah.
You know who it is. It's Doc, the neighborhood know it all. It's Doc D Ross on both Instagram and Twitter. This year, I'm gonna pass it over to my man George.
It's good, y'all. It's your boy George. Joker the Eighth on Twitter. You can fuck with me there. Fuck with me anywhere, but I'm only giving out my Twitter. You can find the Instagram later.
Facts.
wonderful, man. Wonderful. Hey, look, so let's go ahead and hop right into these hot topics, man. It's 2020. It's been a wild 11 days. The internet memes are on point. Fellas, and I want George to start off with this topic because you know George is our resident military man. How do y'all feel about this World War III stuff? How y'all feel about Donald Trump kind of sending that execution for that Iranian top commander? George?
Okay, so as I already explained to you earlier, for anyone that doesn't know, there is actually a law in which military people cannot speak on our leaders like that. So I'm not going to do that.
Donald
But
Trump.
what I will do is describe for you how funny those memes were. I think those are hilarious. But as somebody in the military, when all this is going down, I'm also in Space Command at the Space and Missile Systems Center where we do missile warning. As somebody that was in this spot, seeing this stuff happening and looking at the technology and stuff they have, I wasn't so much worried about what was going on. It's just about, is Iran really about to escalate something that they know they can't actually handle? And I'm not saying, and I'm not saying that like America's bullies. Or I'm not saying it was right to bomb that dude or whatever. I mean, he did some heinous shit. America's done some heinous shit, but like, you can't really. It's like, since we're American, our generals can do what the fuck our generals want to do. Since he's Iranian, anything he does is he's an enemy of us basically.
But was it not retaliation for supposedly he planned the attack on the U.S. embassy like weeks before?
I don't know nothing about that. I can't speak on that. I don't know. I don't know whether or not that is a case, but at the same time, no one misses the dude. I do think that that whole wedding. I mean, not the whole funeral thing where the whole country turned out. You gotta remember, bro. This ain't America, and all them people turned out. This is Iran, nigga. If your ass didn't get your ass down to that funeral, you dead tomorrow. Like, period. Them niggas ain't fucking. No one cares about the whole like oh, they loved him. We should never did that. They didn't love that nigga. He was in charge of like a rebel force. Like, them niggas did not love him.
Wasn't
But when
it
it
like
comes,
millions of people out there though?
what'd you say?
It was like millions of people out there, some shit like that. They
Yeah,
said.
it's millions of
But,
people.
was they exaggerating?
I mean, it was probably a good million people out there, but at the same time, if you know that your country is supporting, like, oh, we're backing this dude, they shouldn't have killed him, and you're in a country where if they want you dead, you dead, and ain't no fucking law about it, you go get your ass out to that funeral, regardless. There was probably, and then there was like 400 some people, something got killed at that funeral through like a stampede, through just stabbings, through like all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
so
Sure.
it wasn't all good. So let's stop acting like it was. But when it comes to like what a military nigga was thinking at that time, my cousin's enlisted in the Air Force, and I was talking to him like, man, do they really? It's not that we're worried about it or we're going out there. It's just like, we will fuck your country up for real. Like,
Crush Iran, bro.
we're not about to
I'm saying my
like,
opinion. We crush
we're
Iran,
not about
bro.
to like, you know, the danger is that we had to go over there to fuck y'all up. But if the way that the current administration is looking, they'll sit like, we'll get sent over there, but our Air Force is just going to fuck you up. Like, we're just going to level entire areas and move on until one of our leaders said, "All right, we're good, we're out." It really is. It really isn't more than that. Like, when you live in the U.S., like, you're afforded a certain amount of security that is unheard of. The biggest thing I was worried about was like, I thought that they would strike back with like random terrorist attacks, like random people that's been here in the country waiting for their leader to say, go blow something up, go do something. That was the biggest thing I was worried about. That's the hardest thing and the only thing that our U.S. military can't like do anything about. But other than that, if you want a war with America, I mean, you can get fucked up. It ain't. It's not like about to change anything.
That's why they didn't strike back. Like it was just all like.
Man, I think they told somebody about that shit.
It wasn't no real strike back.
It wasn't no strike back, bro.
I knew from the beginning when they said they shot the missiles and it wasn't like a big uproar about it. I was like, when they was like a day later and they didn't know how many people had died. I said nobody died. I guarantee you.
Nah,
I think
no American.
Bro, they let them.
Nobody died in those strikes except for that airplane. Except for that airplane accident.
They was just, but you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. They was just letting niggas know, hey, we could. We
nah,
could
bro.
pull up
Nigga, we know you got a rocket.
Bro.
We know you got a missile.
Yeah, I'm just saying, hey, they could pull up though. That's all they was saying,
me. That's like me punching. That's like me punching you square in your mouth and you pulling up with a dude with a gun. Like I could shoot you. Like
we could though. We could. We got a moral
punch you in the mouth.
Just pop off on you.
I still punch you in the mouth.
That was dumb as hell.
Nah, all right, but look. It wasn't, but all right. So the World War III memes wasn't specifically about Iran or Iran. They was worried more so about their allies with other nations that we may have certain issues with, join forces with Iran.
You want a clarification? Ain't no one's listen.
Sure, man, you the fucking.
I've seen some crazy ass shit. I've been privy to some crazy ass shit. There ain't no country that really want this problem for real. And the only thing I will say about Trump is I don't think he understands like the value that some people put on life around the country. So I don't think anyone would really try our country at the very least while he's in office. Because he would literally just say, all right, let's just get rid of him. And then with no guidance, which is the best kind of guidance any military nigga need, we will fuck your shit up. We be like, all right, well, I've been waiting to use this thing over here. I don't know what it does, but I'm going to point it at this nigga and let's see what happens. You don't want to just leave it up to some random, like enlisted, like just in here, just finished basic training, got sent over here, Marine or whatever to just choose how he gonna do this shit.
Yeah,
you don't want those problems.
I agree, bro. Like I'm not a big sorry, George. I'm not a big USA man. You know, I'm not big USA pride. But it's one thing I know about USA. You do not want that military smoke.
Niggas got
bro, you do not.
Niggas love this shit, man. It's niggas out here that
smoke, bro. Niggas ready for it, bro.
That's the whole point, though. That's what they realized. Like, they realized, like, military might is, like, what's going to, like, power, like, physical power is what's going to put you in charge of things.
The whole world knows that, too, bro. Like,
that's why they spend so much money on it.
That's it. Nigga, trillions, like, on stupid shit. Like, people be thinking, oh, they just getting TVs. No, these niggas are really buying rockets that will, like, just, like, can know your DNA and just come for you. Just you. Yeah, I've seen crazy ass shit, bro. Like, one thing I can tell you about, I went to go see, like, where our unmanned vehicles are, our unmanned planes and shit. Bro. The Reapers and all that stuff, the ones that took the general out. Yeah, I want to go see them shits. They got them in. They got like a little training base in Vegas, and they showed me videos. And in these other countries, these people was like, "Oh, America's so terrible. They just blew up. They're just blowing up random civilian trucks." They was looking at this news report. They literally went to this very exact one. They rewound the video. They got a video of this dude in his truck driving up and down the street with this fucking in his truck. He takes out like the little like some old ass mortar rocket shooting thing, and he's like shooting motherfuckers like he's just driving and just shooting them at our forces or whatever. He ain't really hitting shit, but he keeps shooting shit over at us or whatever. Mm-hmm. Our drones literally stay in such a way inside this cloud. You will never know they're there, bro. They're just there watching this nigga like for hours. Like, what the fuck is he doing? And as soon as this dude is like in Las Vegas over in the plains in Afghanistan, someone tells him, all right, we're tired of this nigga. Let's take him out. He will literally choose the amount of ordnance to put on his thing just big enough to blow up that fucking truck in the middle of everywhere. Damn. And not fuck up anything. Like literally the fuck could just kill that nigga on there. So they shot this nigga, blew up the part he was on, and the truck just like halted to a stop. Like the whole truck wasn't even fucked up. His boys come out, try to take all the extra mortars and shit he got in the truck and just throw them in this little lake by him, and then leave. And that's what they put on the thing. Oh, they're blowing up random pictures. No, nigga, we waited here. We blew you up and we waited for you niggas to come out here and throw this shit in the lake. We know what you're doing. We gave that to the local authorities. Now they look stupid. Like, stop fucking with us. We just out here. Niggas just be trying to. Like, this is a nigga's job. He wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. He sit in a chair in Las Vegas. And then 6 o'clock at night, he go home. He don't care. He done killed like 4 people today. He's like the other side of the planet. He don't care. Like it removes the whole idea that we're even killing you. It's a video game to these niggas.
Yeah, exactly. That's facts.
That's what it seems like
facts.
a video game.
That's what it is.
We have turned war into a video game. You really don't want to fuck with the U.S., bro. This is just a video game. This is Call of Duty to these niggas.
I agree.
Exactly. No, that's facts.
Anybody else got any thoughts about it, bro?
But the memes, man, those memes, man, them shits was hilarious, bro.
Memes is fire.
This is some of the funniest.
Hilarious.
That was some of the funniest shit I've ever
Fire,
seen.
bro.
It was the funniest meme
Yeah,
I've
bro,
seen.
the memes
in
is
a
fire,
long
bro.
time.
I agree. I just want to say to end it off, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. All right, George, you can't say it. Next topic. Anyways, fellas, this topic really bothers me a lot. I had very conflicted feelings about it during the week. I didn't know how to reconcile me being a fan with this particular situation. And I'll briefly explain it because I know Doc, if we talk about it before the podcast. Charlamagne Tha God bought DJ Envy a Christmas gift, right? A very special Christmas gift. Are you guys familiar with sex toys?
Yes, everybody is in the world.
Yes, you're familiar with sex toys? Have you seen the mold of a female's ass and it has 2 holes in it? It's like a fuck toy. It's like a butt buddy, pussy buddy, if you will.
You know all the
If you
names.
will.
It seems like you know
Well, I
all
like
the,
that.
the
I call
names.
it
The
fuck.
names
Fuck
like,
you.
This nigga Darius, bro.
yeah,
No, I don't have one.
yeah, a few,
Anyways,
like,
fuck you. Anyways, Charlamagne Tha God happened to get DJ Envy a fuck toy, and not just any fuck toy. No, not just any fuck toy. He got him a male's ass, a black man's ass, with the balls on it. Yeah, it's interesting. This one got more interesting for me. Me thinking DJ Envy's gonna be like, that's funny, blah blah blah. DJ Envy actually put his finger in the asshole of the toy and smelled it. Hold on, it gets worse, Doc. It gets worse. Then he proceeded to take lotion and rub it on the toy. All while live on Revolt TV.
Oh my God.
but you forgot
Yeah,
the worst
that's-
part about it. It was actually a mode of
Yeah, it's a
Charlamagne.
mode of Charlamagne.
No,
right?
no. I listened to the Brilliant Idiots podcast last night. He clarified it wasn't an exact mode.
All right,
So-
so did he clarify
It wasn't
anything else? 'Cause
exact
otherwise, that
mode.
nigga gay.
He didn't clarify anything else.
Come on, cuz. Like that's
He said this was hold on. His justification was that DJ Envy always calls him an asshole, so he wanted to get him.
he got
actual
him in the
asshole.
asshole.
He got him an act. So this is my question. To branch off and y'all can speak on it.
That's retarded.
2 questions actually. How far is too far? And
That right there is
hold on, 3 questions.
That-
Hold on, wait.
that's-
Hold on, 3 questions. Hold on, 3 questions. How far is too far? Is this clout chasing?
Oh shit.
And is Charlamagne gay?
Alright, okay.
How far is too far? Is this clout chasing? And bro, is Charlamagne gay, bro? Because
I
I
feel
think
like-
he need to just be authentic, bro.
This right here may be too far because this is a little wild for me. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not even funny. Like it wasn't even funny. Like I had to turn it off 2 times before I actually got through the whole clip. I swear to God. But what was the second question?
Is this clout chasing? Were they really
Is
just
it
doing
clout
this
chasing?
in a reaction?
No, I think Charlamagne just a dumb. Like if you listen to Brilliant Idiots, like Charlamagne just dumb. Like he do say some
When you
weird.
say things for shock value.
No, I don't think he say things for shock value. I just think he just say because a lot of things he say is just what people be thinking, but they just don't want to say because they feel like they're gonna get in trouble for saying it. So I feel like
Yes.
I mean, come on now.
Kinda like a
I mean,
disciple, bro.
no, I just don't. The thing is, like, I just don't find the stuff he say just super outrageous like everybody else do. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't really think it's clout chasing. I think he got enough clout as it is. Like, why would Charlamagne need to clout chase?
Hey man, it's
Yeah, I mean-
2020. You might want to step it up a notch.
And then is Charlamagne gay? I hear a lot of people saying it, but me personally, I don't know, man. I don't really see it. I really don't see it. I mean, he do have some outlandish combos, but the thing is, the white people he be talking to, like Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz talk like that too. He say a lot
That's
of
well,
wild,
white people have that culture though.
but that don't
That's
matter
facts,
though.
bro.
you can't. So because a black man's supposed to be hard and strong, I'm a
No,
black man.
bro, that's what you inferred from what I said. All I'm saying
Listen.
is there's a kind of prerequisite belief that white
hang
people can
with-
joke about it and black people don't joke about it.
But he hang with white people. He's rich.
I agree, but if you most of the gay jokes are done between him and DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club.
Both of them are rich, like, and got
I agree.
wives.
I agree.
Both of them rich and got
I hear
wives.
you.
I don't know if that
I
shit matter.
I don't
cuz.
think he gay. I don't think he gay. Somebody else can take it away. I just don't think it.
Yeah. Look, man. I
think
thought
that'd be
it was
good.
too far, bro. I thought it was very. Listen, I think a funny gag gift, like a white person would probably get somebody this gift. They send them a dildo. That's kind of I got your
but
dildo.
No, but listen, but no. See,
You
that
know?
brings back my argument then, because you said if I said a dildo was essentially the same thing. He said it wasn't because he said it was a mold because we thought it was a mold of Charlamagne's ass. But if it's not a mold of Charlamagne's ass and it's just an ass, then you got to feel the same way because a dildo is a sex toy. So what's the
Yeah,
difference?
but I feel like he went out his way to get this specific sex. Like, where do you buy that from, bro? Like, you can just go to you can go to
but
Spencer's.
listen.
Hold on, you can go to Spencer's and grab a novelty dildo and just send that to your man. Boom. You ain't really go, bro. He had to go find a specific sex shop, probably a gay sex shop, to get that done, bro. I mean, not done, get that created, bro.
Nah,
And-
remember he said he had the sex toy people on the show like a couple weeks
Oh
ago.
yeah, okay.
Remember
All
he
right.
said he had the sex toy people and they asked him to come down and get a mold. So,
But I feel like even if you have the sex toy people on there, your first thought shouldn't be, I want a gay one to get at this nigga.
That's
Yeah.
retarded.
I think that shit kind of sweet.
Honestly, I think it was for clout, bro. I think he was doing it for shock value. I think it's
I got a
2020.
side question
He
for
want
you.
to step it up a little bit.
I
think
got
he
a
wanna
side
step it up.
question.
What?
Side question. Y'all think DJ Envy hitting that jump?
I think he fucked that shit, bro. I think he did, cuz.
Y'all think he hitting the actual sex
Hold
toy?
on. On the Brilliant Idiots, Andrew Schultz was like, "Yo, what if you come into work one day, right, and DJ Envy's behind that joint just thrashing?" He said, "Could you work the whole day?" I was like, "Oh
man.
nah,
I think he
bruh.
is, cuz.
Oh man.
I think he is.
He put his finger in the joint, cuz that's
did
wild
put
as
his
shit.
finger
But I didn't know how many artists have accused Charlamagne of being gay though. Because like after this came out, I was
don't
like,
think about
I
this shit before.
googled like, is this nigga? I literally googled, is this nigga Charlamagne gay? And like it's just like hella artists that would probably be like, yo, this nigga Charlamagne need to just come out the closet. This nigga blah blah blah. Every like mad niggas is like, this nigga gay.
Bro, it's
So-
a compounding effect, bro.
He needs
He
to
just asked
fucking.
the nigga, was that all his meat? Is that all you? I mean, remember he had an interview where he was like, "Let's
Oh,
not move
yeah,
away from your meat. Is that all you?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I asked that question for my niece. My nieces, the other coworkers, bro."
Oh,
I
just
think that
he's
nigga gay.
compounding. I don't know if he's gay, bro. I just know I think personally, I mean, I can't judge the nigga life. He's a little too comfortable with playing around with it. If you're not,
Yeah.
bro, you a little bit too comfortable, bro. A little bit, a little
I
bit.
don't know, man. You can't be mad at a man for being confident. If he confident with himself,
Is that
Hey,
really
man.
confidence, sir?
but I mean, it's not.
He confident he ain't gonna get caught. He's confident he ain't gonna get caught.
Yeah.
I don't know if he confident that he confident in himself. Otherwise, he be living his best life right now, being truthful with himself. But in reality, nah. And that whole thing, he was like, they both married with kids and shit.
That
Bro,
don't
that
mean
shit
shit.
don't matter, cuz
Obviously, it don't mean
that shit don't
I'm
matter
just
nothing,
saying.
bro. I have a frat.
That's my depiction. Of
Bro,
it.
I got a
That's
frat brother who I thought this nigga was the straightest nigga I ever fucking like met. He's like an older head nigga, and he has a wife, and he had just had twin daughters. This nigga is now doing 17 and a half years in prison for fucking with underage boys at Dunbar High School. Fuck out of here, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck are you saying, Fox 5? I was like, oh shit. Nah, bro.
You found out on the news?
Yeah. I had just stopped working at our fraternity headquarters too. Or no, actually, I was there. Matter of fact, no, I was still working there. And then on the news, Fox, I was like, we have breaking news. The coach of the track team at the director of the Sigma Beta Club is arrested for. I was like, what the fuck did this nigga do? And it was just a big thing, bro.
That's some crazy shit.
That's
See,
crazy.
man, these they be so deep undercover, man. You'll never know.
Facts, bro. I don't know, Doc. You got any thoughts, Doc?
No, I don't. That's wild.
This nigga.
That's some wildest shit. Like when you ask somebody, is that too far? Like, I mean, what's too far? Like, that's too far. Like, there's no way. Like, It's no way. Yeah, I don't have nothing else to say to
I
that.
just think he's a strange guy, bro. I mean, honest, I just think he's a strange
I
dude.
think he's bisexual on the level. Like he got some, you know what I'm saying. He do some shit behind closed doors that he wouldn't want nobody else to know.
Y'all really think so, bro?
Yeah,
No,
most
like,
definitely,
his
bro.
wife, bro. I think his wife.
That's
I
my
think his
thought.
wife
Like,
be eating his butt, bro. That's what I think, bro.
You think what?
I think his wife be eating his butt, bro.
She
I heard him
do.
talk about. I heard.
He said it. He said it freely.
I think, yeah, and then somebody else came on there too. The dude who used to run World Star Hip Hop before he died. They both having like a whole conversation about that shit.
Q, his name Q, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't have nothing else to say about
That's
that.
wild, bro.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm a big Charlamagne fan. I'm reading his book right now, so I mean, I think he's just a wild dude, bro. He's just a wild nigga, man. Y'all got any more thoughts about this? We can move on, bro.
Nah.
It dampens my mood.
That's crazy.
All right, fellas, let's go ahead and move on to a man's perspective. I got some questions, a couple questions that females want answers to from men. They want a men's perspective. First question is this: why do you think it's not okay to show weak feelings or emotions, and where does that pressure come from?
Everybody, the world,
Right. The world.
like what? Like everybody in like the entire culture is like men are men. You don't show feelings. You can go out there and handle business. Like, and the person who asked that question, she actually one of the minorities that you don't think it's a issue for men to show feelings. Like it's so widespread that like everybody believes that. You know what I mean?
Do you think
It's
that's
like,
specific to the black community?
no, I mean, well, yeah.
I think it's worse with us, but I don't think that it's specific to us.
Yeah,
like,
I
I
would
think
say
it comes
that.
from when you a child. So like whenever you see like, cause even I got a son, and like I even catch myself doing it sometimes. So I just be like, you know what I'm saying? You got like when he get to crying about some dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? I just be like, get your shit together. Like this not, you know what I'm saying? You're a big, you say, as you say it to a child, you know, you're a big boy, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Get it together, whatever, wipe your face. And it's like, it kind of comes from that. And then as you get older, it's like, what would you get emotional about? Like before the real attraction to girls get into the picture, you know what I'm saying? What else are you getting emotional about? And then by the time girls do come into the picture and they start getting some priority, like by that time you already had your emotions child like shut down and all of that. So like Ty say, it's just in our culture, you know what I'm saying? Especially black men.
Do you think,
Especially.
for you, Doc, do you think you're at a position now where you're comfortable with showing quote unquote weak feelings or emotions to a significant other or female?
Yeah. I don't have no issue with it. The only thing is like the only difference is at this point is what the triggers, what causes you to get emotional.
Yeah, I was about to say.
By the time you reach, of age 21, all right, after 21 maybe, but by the time you reach of age, like if you a self-aware person, your triggers won't be nothing soft or won't be nothing trivial. So by the time you do get emotional, there probably is something worth getting emotional about, and it's definitely not healthy for you to keep it in. So I mean,
let me ask you a
how
question.
you get it out?
Let me ask you a question. Society now is like mad heavy on mental health, which is dope. Do you think we're at a place where that pressure has been alleviated finally?
No.
What you mean? The pressure to do what?
The pressure to hide all your emotions, keep it in. Now it's kind of like, hey man, mental health is priority. Mental health is mental wealth. Deal with your emotions. Do you think that?
I think it's rhetoric. I think that sound better than the practical of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that a dude can get on his Twitter and get the you know what I'm saying? Randomly,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think somebody could just hop on either pod. Like how they do it, Wale. That's one of the best examples I can give you. Like Wale would be one of the main ones that would come out and tell his emotions and do all that, and you will see all day online and people just going on me soft. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I mean, well, they just corny though. Like to me, I
He's
feel
not,
like he just
no.
he
He's
just be
not
super.
corny. He's just a
He's
poet.
super. He's
Wale
super.
is not corny,
He
Yeah,
is.
I
Bro.
can't
He's
say
super
he's corny.
arrogant.
He a poet,
He's
bro.
super.
Wale
He's
is
super
not
arrogant. I
corny.
feel like he's super arrogant, and I don't
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
definitely
he should be
arrogant.
He's
that.
definitely arrogant though.
And that's
Definitely
like
arrogant.
like the thing with the arrogance, the whole arrogance thing, like that turned people off. That turned me off. It's not even about him being, sentimental and in his feelings and everything, because you can do that and still crank, but like you ain't gotta. How you gonna be talking down on people, arrogant, and you soft? Like, like what? That don't even match up.
I don't know if I call him necessarily like that, and that's the thing. That's a part of the whole conversation of the question. It's like just because he's able to have emotions towards certain things don't necessarily make him soft.
No, I'm just saying he's soft. No, I know he's soft. Like I'm just saying I don't know him personally,
But that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Ain't it like you know him personally, bro?
But
I ain't gonna say he's soft. You don't know him personally.
But
That's something you want to tell us, bro?
I'm saying I've been in the go-go's and stuff with people who know him. I've heard behind the scenes stuff he's done that's like real soft, like scared of somebody.
All right,
Let me avoid them type.
Let's
thing.
move on from Wale, man. George, you got a girl, right? Do you show her your weaknesses and emotions?
So I was about to say, yo, sometimes women, like, it's so much easier for them to do whatever, show emotion or stuff. And they want to be able to, like, share that with somebody so bad that they want to do the same. And like Doc was saying earlier, like, by the time you reach a certain age, you already done went through all your emotional shit. So you don't have the same triggers that they have. So it's not about, like, can we show a softer side? It's like, we're not triggered by the same thing as them. We're not worried about how other people see us, or like if we have one thing versus what another nigga have. Like shit like that is not stuff that affect us. Even like if it's like later on in life, your parents start dying and different stuff. Like we just prepare for things differently. So if someone wants to come and say, oh, are you be open to this other person in your relationship? It's like, do we have the same triggers, or are you trying to just get something from me that is not there?
Yeah.
Like,
One of the things about interactions with people is, and we kind of do it unconsciously, like we feel comfortable around people doing things the way that we do them. So it's like when it comes to a female asking that question, it's like she feel comfortable being emotional. So her priority is going to be based on the male that she talking to feeling comfortable being emotional. And like Georgia said, if our trigger is not the same, she going to think that a nigga not emotional. But if something do press our buttons, you'll see it.
Yeah, and then it's like anger is an emotion, chick. Like
right. Anger is an emotion too.
Why do you want us to just be cryy face? Like, no, nigga, be angry. That's an emotion for you. There you go. Enjoy that.
I don't know if she's talking about like emotions, like, okay, let's watch a sad movie, you're not crying, emotions type thing, or if she's talking about like you're not showing the kind of like, just like, like vulnerability with our relationship type shit. You know what I mean? Like just showing emotions towards her. I'm assuming that's what she meant, because I mean, come on now, bro. Like,
women need to be able to explain that better, because then we come up with the problem that is like, okay, you want me to be emotional, but when I'm telling you something that matters to me, or that you think is a problem, or you think you already doing, or you have a problem with how I'm describing what you thought was amazing, and I'm saying this really ain't shit, and you get mad about that. Right. And now you wanted me to show emotion, but now I gotta calm you down from this fucking emotional just roller coaster thing you done went on. So I'm like, man, we need to reach a point where you realize, okay, we think about shit differently. So you need to explain your shit as much as you can until we get it, until we repeat back to you what we understand it as.
They don't, like you said, we think differently, so they don't know where the male emotion lies. You know what I mean? And the thing with us, the only reason we can tell where the female emotion lies is because females are so emotional about everything. You know what I mean? So it's just like more hidden with us, I feel like. But I think, in the right situation, you'll get some emotion out of the guy, you know what I mean? Unless they're like a sociopath or something.
In which case, you get a nigga murdering your whole family, right, and just outside your house just waiting. Or you get a nigga like Darius that just disappeared from the podcast for a minute.
Right.
Oh man.
talking about that don't show
That vulnerability thing, though, I think is kind of where she was going with it in terms of us showing emotion towards them or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, we show that differently. Like we show our care differently. So like how somebody would be, they won't say I'm sorry. They'll ask you, you want something from the store, like little shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's us showing it, and whether or not you pick up on that or not, that's one thing. But if you don't, you'll feel like a nigga don't feel nothing. But the whole time he trying, he's showing you. You just want it in the way that you want it, or the way that you would do it,
right?
Versus the way that he trying to do it. It's not never. I'm not gonna say never, but it's rarely gonna be the same.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Next question.
Yeah.
This question is interesting. I really want to hear your perspective on this. Is there a such thing as too slutty?
You beat that too? I was like, oh, look at that going. Look at that going in the background right there. Huh, got that on video. Yeah.
We go that live.
Hey, look, you can never delete it. It's always gonna be there.
Y'all playing me.
The cue. It was almost like on cue though. That's the thing.
It better work out. It better work out.
Wow. Wow. Anyway. People listen to podcasts. It's a total inside joke. These niggas just went off the script. Anyways, back to the question at hand, fellas. Is there such thing as being too slutty? And I'll add an asterisk because this question is kind of like it's too out there. I guess I'll say this. Me and Ty had a conversation earlier this week about a particular woman that we know. And I refer to her vagina as peasant pussy. Here's why. Here's why. The vagina has been passed around quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I'm like, yo, nobody wants no peasant pussy. That's been around the game, bro. Nobody want that shit. It's lasagna, bro. We don't want that spaghetti. Nobody wants that. Nobody want that shit.
But Darius though, but does this girl got more bodies than you?
Yes, probably, yes. Yes.
You gotta think about it though. It sounds like y'all close competition.
Bruh. Ty, you know what I'm talking about, bro. Come on, son.
I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know who we talking about.
I can count 10 bodies off her, bro. That's just what I know.
It's two different conversations we had this week, so I'm trying to realize.
Talking about that peasant pussy, bro. The super tossed around.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Son, hip now. Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. I know who you're referring to. Yeah, I know exactly who you're referring to.
I don't know,
so
man.
That's
it
my
still sounds
question.
like
So that adds on to the question. Is there such thing? So like, all right, this is going to move on to my Aight So Boom. So this is a perfect question to segue. But is there such thing as being too slutty? Like, could you? I'm gonna hold off on my next question.
No. I want to hear your definition.
So no, well, it sounds.
What's your definition of slutty, though?
My definition of too slutty? This question is so open-ended. Like. They didn't, because the thing
too
about
many well-known bodies, I guess.
Nah, because like too slutty can mean too freaky. I don't know exactly the context of this question.
Right. Like it can mean too like
I'm going to assume. Well, how about I just answer from both perspectives? Too freaky and been around too much. How about I just answer from both perspectives?
I mean, if you talking about a chick that's like, okay, yeah, you and your boys all know the chick. And nobody's in a relationship with her, but she will go all out for anybody that she run into the first time. That's wild. So that's wild. So that's something you gotta be worried about. But nigga, if you done started, you can't just stop midway through. So you find out throughout this interaction that, goddamn, just disgusting. Like that's your you gotta live with that.
Pussy, bro.
You gotta live with that, bro. But if you're talking about somebody that you're in a relationship with now at this point, and maybe you find out after the fact, like, goddamn, everybody done smashed this chick, but she's only done this in relationships, then I mean, can't really say nothing. And again, it sounds like y'all body counts are similar, so I don't know if you can say anything.
Let me slide in with the devil's advocate real quick. Is there a such thing as too freaky? Like if you got with her and you just found out she like some wild
never
shit.
That. You know we're in competition.
Never. Okay, yeah, okay.
We're in competition
out here. Okay, come through with the open-mindedness.
I don't think it's very few things she could be into that I won't like. Like I'm gonna keep it like that.
So what you saying is like you're on your Charlamagne tip. What you saying?
nigga.
I said very few things.
Right.
That's what
There
I'm
are
saying.
some.
Look,
which
bro.
means
I
there
just
are some
wanted to
things.
make sure, bro. I just wanted to clarify, bro. I'm just clarifying.
In a relationship, bro,
not-
it
clarifying.
can't be too freaky in a relationship. Because
Sure,
one day you
sure.
just wake up, you're like, you know what? I need a threesome. You're like, you know what?
Right.
I need my dick sucked immediately.
Niggas,
Right
niggas
now.
naming things.
And that's-
Niggas naming things they like though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But you talking about a freak? She got
What
to
if
be
she
down
do-
for this.
What if she like, yeah, boo? You know what I'm trying to do tonight, young? Trying to put this strap on right quick.
Nah. Nah.
Come on, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean,
bro.
she
You said
calling
no-
her friend.
you said
She
no
calling her
such thing as
female
too
friend
freaky.
over.
I'm just,
I said few.
She calling her
things.
female friend
nah,
over.
no female friend, just you
All
and her,
right,
bro.
nah,
Just
nah,
you
that's
and
her
her,
female
bro.
friend
No,
coming
you know
through
the white
the
people
crib.
they call it pegging, bro. She's trying to peg you, bro.
You know
I
too
know.
much. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
You knew the maker. You knew the
I'm
maker
researched,
of
bruh.
Charlamagne's
I'm
ass
researched.
mode. You know the name of pegging. You like, oh, it's cool to give a dildo as
I
a gift.
researched, sir.
You know
I
too much.
researched, sir. I know things, sir.
Big
Research, sir.
You know too much.
Rugged.
Big boy, rugged.
Oh nah, y'all niggas
Darius
wild,
knows
man.
too much. And in a second, we gonna ask your guest to get on here and find out what she knows about you.
First of all, y'all ain't about to ask my guest to do
Yeah,
nothing.
we about to ask
There's
her
no
what
guest-
she knows
First of all,
about you.
podcast. Back to the podcast. N-word podcast. Back to the podcast. N-word podcast. Back to the podcast.
Nah.
Hey, don't let her pop up in the background. Trying to tell you.
No
Nah,
comment.
that's
No fucking
no.
comment.
I don't-
Anyways, fellas, that's your last perspective on that question because I can move on to my Aight So Boom, which is more so of a question than it is a hypothetical situation.
They said everything. I had, but they said everything. It's fine.
Yeah, you sure? You sure, Doc? You good?
I don't think there's such thing as being too slutty. Either way,
Oh, either way.
yeah.
So you like
Damn.
peasant pussy?
No. There's a difference between asking me what I would hit versus what is okay for a female to do. Two very
you
different
seen-
questions.
Have you seen lasagna pussy before?
Oh my god.
It's disturbing, bro. It's disturbing.
Nah, I don't think so.
This nigga said as
Oh,
long as
yeah.
he ain't meet her at a gas
It looks
station,
very,
you good to go.
it looks very ran through is what it looks like, bro. It looks like it's seen.
Wow.
It looks like it's seen some stuff, bro. It survived some things.
I don't think I've personally ever seen anything that looks anything like that. Even when you said it, I had that for a little
That's
bit.
what I call it, bro. That's what it look like. Me,
I don't-
lasagna.
I
Sloppy,
think
fall
that
apart,
we-
sloppy.
No,
I think that the whole double standard thing, as far as that's concerned,
Mm.
is the thing worth mentioning as in terms of what somebody should hold themselves, a male should hold himself to a higher standard of, but at the same time, is it bad for the woman to be that way? No, that's on her. That's what she decided to do. You know what I'm saying? Her sexual freedom is her sexual freedom.
That
But,
was
nah,
I can't
It's
talk
a cool
about
for
chick.
women
My
to get a
body
tra-
count's stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
We ain't talking. Nobody putting up the body count. I
I
ain't
know.
talking
I'm
about
saying
shit
I
on this
can't.
podcast.
So I can't say nothing about chick.
Yeah, me personally,
Is
like
it-
I don't
question.
think that either one. So like the whole freaky thing, like how George say, if you're in a relationship, it ain't really too much. But regardless, there's not really too much unless there's some talk of some, you know what I'm saying. There's nothing entering into me. Period. So outside of that,
I don't like the way you said that, Doc. I don't like the way you said that, bro.
Hey, bro.
All right, question. Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate, real quick. Hold on. Devil's advocate. What if her fetish was getting trains ran on her?
Hey man, it is what it is.
That's wild. Can't be in a relationship.
That's actually never mind.
Hey, nah, say what you gonna say, bro. Say what you gonna say, dog. Let's go.
Hey man, I take her.
Come
I take
on,
her out to
man.
the parties. We'll have fun, man.
Yeah, that's the best thing. I don't.
Nah.
Yeah,
I ain't got shit to
I'm
do
not
with
gonna do.
Yeah, she's
I'm
like
not
a party
Christian, bro.
friend. She's
I'm
not
a
your
Christian.
girlfriend. She's like a party.
I'm a
friend.
virgin.
I'm
I'm a
not
virgin.
doing
I don't have no conversation. I'm a virgin, bro. I don't have nothing to do with none of y'all.
You right.
Anyways, man. All right, fellas, let's move on real quick to my Aight So Boom. This Aight So Boom actually comes from my cousin. She made an interesting, she had an interesting opinion about this. Fellas, let's say y'all at a party, right? And you meet this chick, and they got like an instant vibe, instant connection. And y'all decide to leave out the party. And y'all get a hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have fun that night, smash, get your neck, cool, all that shit, right?
Mhm.
My cousin said that isn't wifey material.
Bullshit.
It's 2020. I guarantee
Yes,
you.
that's my question is
Because I'm older.
is that acceptable
Yes.
as wifey material? And why do y'all think there's a stigma? If y'all don't think it's acceptable, what's the stigma?
I'm gonna tell you how that started. All right, so back in the day, back in like the 70s, 80s, 90s, all that. They didn't have social media. So when you met somebody on the first date, you was actually just meeting them. Like you ain't know who they was, you ain't see what they was into or none of that stuff, right? So if you let somebody hit on the first date back then, you was basically letting that stranger hit. So it became a thing where everybody was like, yo, that's some trifling stuff to be out here doing. So you know what I mean? Everybody frowned upon it. But now, like you got social media, you could talk on the phone, on your cell phone, FaceTime. You could talk to this person and really get to know them without actually physically being around them. So if y'all get together, y'all been talking for weeks on the phone, FaceTime, and y'all get together, y'all do y'all first date, and they give it up to you. Then so what? Y'all can have a long, healthy relationship after that.
But in a particular
Nah,
instance,
we
hold
was
on, hold on,
saying
hold on. Before you go, Doc.
you know what I'm
In
saying?
this hold on. In this particular instance, you just met this person at the party, so it was no
Oh, that's
social
what you were
media.
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
in this particular instance.
Oh, so you just met him at the party, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm though.
I mean, either way, I mean, the way I see it is, I mean, still, you know what I'm saying? Y'all both was looking for something. Y'all both gave it to each other. You know what I'm saying? In the long run, y'all both have similar interests, so that's one thing y'all can build a relationship off of. So I don't think. I mean, I don't put it past. It's 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's the future. You can't really judge. You can't judge somebody by just beat them.
Yeah,
She could be turned up or whatever the case may be. So who
it's
knows?
too many like other outside things that affect like the statement on that. So like I've done that a number of times, but each time it's like each time it happened it's because like one time when I first came out this jump, it's a military function. So I know all these people have been tested, all these niggas is good to go. So if I'm smashing some chick, she good to go. I'm not about to catch none, so we get so.
That's the good thing about the military.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the military. That's another one. There. The other one's like I'm at track meets, I'm at like other stuff. These motherfuckers are athletes, so I'm like, we good to go. But if I just randomly show up to a spot, more than likely you ain't leaving with somebody and smashing unless you really was just like, I ain't had nothing in a minute. I'm gonna knock down whatever come my way. But it's definitely wife material. I've been in like a long-term relationship with somebody I smashed the first date. So
I have too. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. What you think, Doc?
Ain't nothing wrong with it at all, especially if you the type that actually go in on real conversation when you first meet somebody. Like you gotta get to know the individual, and if y'all vibing, then y'all just vibing. It just is what it is.
yeah,
You wouldn't let the connection die out just to be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do it on this first night just because you're gonna look at me like that's retarded. Like that don't make no sense.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like
Yeah,
you setting yourself up to be seen a certain way if you don't for real. Like not even necessarily saying that you should, but at the same time, if you purposely don't, just because you're gonna be viewed a certain way, like that's just fake. Like that's even worse than you doing it for real. Like that's
right.
yeah, nah.
Like I said, man, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
If you vibing, y'all connecting, and you know what I'm saying, the move right, situation right, whatever, and y'all just that might be that might be the move. Because who's to say that that's what they do all the time? Who's to say that everybody that they meet, you know what I'm saying, that's what they pull? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that they get that connection with everybody? You don't know none of that. And even if and I'm the type to ask you, like, so that's a whole nother conversation. But you know, I'm the type. Hey, I want to know. I don't.
For real, you'll ask her straight up. Do you do stuff like this all the time?
Not necessarily quite like that, but you know what I'm saying. Like I have my.
No, but you know how girls be like, I usually don't do this, but like, bitch, yes you do. We know you do this shit. You know this ain't the first time you did this, because this is a professional move you just did. There's no chance.
That term right there is a red flag. Like that's gonna fuck me up. Like. Soon as you say that, I'm thinking that you do this all the time. Like, and you just trying to tell me.
I'm like, that was a professional move. That was a patented move you just did. There's no way that this is the first time.
You think she'll be honest and tell you though?
I think so.
No. Later on, if you wipe the joint, like later on down the line.
Exactly. You can't just ask that. You can't just meet him and then ask, "Hey, you do this all the time?" And
nah, that's what I said. I don't ask it like that. I would never.
A real one would be like, what it feel like?
Right.
A real one would be like, what the fuck you think?
Right.
Nigga.
That's wife material right there. If she said that, I'm wife.
Hey. The junk you gotta compete with, like, damn, who fucked who?
Right.
God damn.
Nah, that's wifey right there. You gotta figure that out. That's You might gotta lock that down. Shoot the club up.
Damn.
Like nah, it's like,
I don't know what I missed, but y'all kind of wilding right now.
joke,
Kind of
joke,
wilding out.
jokes. I'm fucking with you. I fuck with you.
So you
But
can.
I don't
You said
think
what?
there's nothing wrong with that for real. You just, the connection could just be organic and you just do what you do.
What if you found out she had a whole bunch of one night stands?
Nigga,
Hey.
we out here single dating. Like,
Right. Like I don't like I said earlier about the whole can you be too slutty thing, even with the bias kind of like thing, like I don't especially if you fight for real. Like if she's actually a dope person, you know what I'm saying? You that's kind of one of those things where you want somebody experience, but you also don't want nobody experience. Like it's a strange little dynamic.
You know what? I sense some sympathy for peasant pussy in this room. I really do. Like, I'm proud of you guys. I don't have sympathy for it, but I'm proud of you guys. Though.
Nigga, you eat
nice.
it.
I commend you. Whoa, sir.
nigga,
sir.
somewhere there's a fucking. It's a female N-word podcast somewhere, and they talking about
I
us.
don't want lasagna. I'm vegan, sir. Vegan. I don't want it. I'm good.
Nah, you vegan.
That's why you call it lasagna.
Yeah, man.
He said he vegan.
Nah, I didn't spinach. It's not no spinach lasagna. No.
Nah, you got the cashew milk cheese.
Wow.
That's what
This
it is.
nigga your holisticist ass.
Hey.
Nigga naming dietary supplements. Got that cashew milk. All right, man. That's my Aight So Boom. Yeah, man. Let me get my perspective real quick. Sex on the first night, wifey material. I vehemently disagree with my cousin. I think that's stupid to say that just because you had sex with somebody on the first night don't mean they wifey material. That's dumb. Especially if y'all had like a super dope connection, bro. That could have just been a natural. I think sex is like a natural overflow should be a natural overflow of feelings if it's not completely like a physical thing. So if you got a natural overflow of feelings about it and you have sex, cool, whatever. Build from that point forward and see what happens. Like, I disagree with her.
Do you think that women are like competing with one another about like, oh, when we're dating, like who is actually is attracting the man more? Like, do you think they really sit around and be like, man, I should have fucked that nigga if I wanted him to like stick with me or whatever? That's what I feel like this question's about. Like, she probably reached to the limit where it was like,
they do that.
I didn't really show no affection toward this nigga. Now he done moved on. I'm kind of mad, but that's not the kind of girl I want to be like, bro. Like, hey,
they group tests be right. The one that you even think that they be they group chats be ratchet. I'm letting you know that.
It's more liberal these days.
Like for a fact, I know that to be true. They say the most wildest shit. Yeah, I should have did this and yeah. They do that. No question. No question.
All right, fellas, that's all I got, man. Anybody got any open topics y'all want to shoot out there? Ty, you want to self-promote a Half Woke album, bro?
Yeah. So we got Half Woke, which is our self-titled album. Half Woke
compilation album, baby.
It's a compilation album. Some of the songs have been released before, but like only on our SoundCloud, never at
never on major platforms.
Yeah. So we releasing that on January the 30th. At first it was the 24th, but somebody. There he is.
Let's not worry about all that. Let's not bring up negative things.
But yeah, so we releasing that on the 30th. I appreciate if y'all go take a listen. Y'all can come to my Instagram page at Master OG. Got a tie.
Wow, you nigga got his own name wrong, bro. I don't feel bad no more.
No, I was thinking about my web. I was thinking about my website. I was about to say .com, but it's at Master OG Tie. And you could click. The link is gonna be in my bio after the 30th. Right now. My SoundCloud is in my bio, so like I said, some of the songs on there you can listen to that. Me and this nigga D Wright flexing, spitting that shit, talking about that woke shit, that half woke shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got an open topic real quick for the one time. Did y'all see that April Jones and Lil Fizz broke up?
I mean,
win for Omarion. Let's go, come through.
That's not confirmed though. I thought they just unfollowed.
Man, fuck all that. They done.
No, I think they done.
They done, bro. Let's go. Omarion winning this Omarion winning this whole year, but
that
this
nigga's still
year,
off
bro.
the tour.
And, bro, he's still off the tour. You done fucked up, bro. Your money is done. You had a tour by yourself.
He could be doing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood forever, nigga.
Those are called.
He could be working the fucking Boom in a second. Like,
Those are called facts.
Damn.
He
Hey, did
was going
everybody?
B2K move with the boom in his hand.
You're right. Did everybody end up seeing Queen and Slim though?
Hell yeah.
Nah, man, that shit was good, bro. That was a good
Bro, I saw it twice,
little
bro.
Negro love story right there, bro. That
Bro,
shit
you
was nice.
gotta just mute your shit. I saw that shit twice, B.
Listen, no, this was about to happen. I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably watch it like tonight, bro.
Yeah.
That was incredible, bro.
Yeah,
All I'm
it
gonna
was
say
good.
is, my only sentence from that entire movie
Bro,
is, I only got one sentence. This is one sentence.
I'm about to turn my headphones off.
It's one sentence. It be your own people, bro. It be your own people, bro. Your own people,
Yeah,
bro.
I peeped that shit from
Yeah,
the
it be your
beginning,
own
bro.
people, son.
Bro, come on.
Damn, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I'm done. That's all. I don't got that one line. The movie was great. I love to see like a natural. I like the human aspect of it, where two people were forced into a traumatic situation, and it kind of just they didn't really fuck with each other like that at the beginning. I like to see that shit.
I thought it was very realistic. I thought it was very realistic about the story they was telling. I will say, I'm gonna say this. It don't distract from the movie. I would say that was one of the better sex scenes I've seen in a movie.
Man, but she bad, bro.
Yeah.
She bad.
But listen,
bro.
no. At first, the whole movie, I was like, man, she not. I was like, man, I'm not really into this little Avatar looking ass, whatever going on here. But then, no, listen, bro. But then over time, I was like, okay, hold up though. But hold up though. Okay, yeah, all right.
Nah, it was the dress, man. She put up with the dress.
Yeah, exactly. But secondly though. You know she's like either engaged or dating a white dude right now, right?
She's married a white dude, man.
Yeah, I was like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Me
what
too,
the fuck
bro.
you casting her and Queen and Slim
that
for?
That shit ruins the movie for me.
It ruined the whole movie, right? Ruined the whole damn movie, bro.
Just a little
bit. I didn't even know that, so y'all just fucked the whole movie up.
Nah, you still can watch it, but I mean, she's
an actress.
She liked the Caucasus Mountains, I guess. I mean, I don't judge people who like the Caucasus Mountains.
Nigga, we had a whole episode about how we judging people that like the Caucasus Mountains.
That's good.
I think we do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we do.
What the fuck?
I didn't say anything about it.
Yes, you did.
I haven't seen it yet.
No comment.
I'll probably end up watching it, if not tonight, then sometime soon.
Man, definitely watch it, bro. I ain't went to go see a movie in the movie theaters twice in a long ass time, bro. It was that good, bro. Yeah, I went twice.
It was it was a really good story, yo.
But
it was brilliantly laid out.
But did you go on 2 dates to go see it?
No, I went the first time by myself. So I went the first time by myself, cuz solo date, self-love, sir.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Any other open topics, fellas?
Tennessee's up 7-0 right now, bro. Lamar Jackson acting out of character. He getting upset.
Why niggas be bucking under pressure, bro?
They go to be hey. All I'm saying is he's snapping out here on the sideline. So niggas gonna be start talking about he acting ignorant or he's immature. He gonna start on that Beckham shit, Odell Beckham shit in a second, bro.
Did y'all watch? I don't know if y'all Cassidy fans, but did y'all watch that?
The Arsenal thing? Nah, be quiet. I ain't watching it yet. I ain't watching it yet, bro.
I watched all battle rap. Let me tell you something.
I didn't watch it yet.
So look,
bruh.
I heard Cassidy got smoked though.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna think like this. My perspective of the whole situation is Cassidy was worse, but it showed that Arsenal isn't that great for real. Like he was.
No. Arsenal just lazy now. He lazy now, bro.
Okay, if that's the case, I don't watch battle rap like that. So maybe
Arsenal lazy, bro.
But when I saw that, it made me look like, because I hear people talk about Arsenal as being one of the better ones or whatever. But then when I saw that, I was like, if this is what y'all calling great, like.
Nah, he just lazy. He probably just you gotta watch his older stuff, bro. He used to be fire, bro. Nigga disrespectful. Nigga disrespectful, bro.
So I don't know. I know I wasn't. I'm not gonna say that I'm not a Cassidy fan still after watching that, because Cassidy is still, a decent, dope lyricist to me in terms of freestyles and shit like that. I don't think he can make a song to save his life, but whatever. Some people can, some people can't. But
I agree.
When I seen that, it was a real bad showing. I'll just say it like that. I don't think that was one of his better showings. And then he followed that up with the Twitter post. If y'all didn't see that, where he's starting to make beats and all of that, and the beat was trash.
He was trash.
5,000 and 0. Cassidy think 5,000 and 0, bro. He think he 5,000 and 0. Or 500 and 0, some shit like that.
He said 5,002 and 0.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I'm somewhere, man.
I think he's still on that, like, '80s, you know, rhyme scheme with, you know,
Damn, niggas skip the 90s.
right.
Right to the
No,
80s.
no, seriously, he was on that '80s rhyme scheme, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm vicious for the '80s," but then the '90s came around, and it was like that's a whole new generation. Then
It's
the
a
2000s
whole gangsta
came
rap
around, and they
era.
don't know nothing about the 2000 rhyme
He
scheme. Like,
wild. Yeah,
All right,
boom.
all right, fellas, we get into that mark. Let's close this bitch up. This is the N Word Podcast. If you found out about this podcast through iTunes or any other major platform, please follow us on Instagram at N Word Podcast. You can follow me on my solo page at Who Is D Right. Anybody else got any more shout outs before we get out this bitch?
Nope, nope.
All right, man. See y'all next week. This is the N Word Podcast.
peace.
All right, y'all.
Cool.